Hey everyone, this is LMSYT Transcript, your very favorite history teacher. And I had to put on my glasses today. I gotta get in my little teacher mode for a very serious subject today. So as you guys may or may not know, um, President Donald J. Trump is the head of the executive branch, one of the chief law enforcement officer enforcing laws in this country. Congress, legislative branch makes the laws. Okay, Supreme Court and other members of the judicial branch interpret them. One of the people that have helped President Donald J. Trump do his job is a man by the name of William Barr. He's a U.S. Attorney General. He had to go before Congress, the House Judiciary Committee, this past week. They basically grilled him for 5 hours. Some said that he was grilled. They asked him questions. Some said that he read the House Democrats the Riot Act, but I'll put a link in the description. You can see for yourself. I felt that William Barr probably needs to go to the doctor. He needs his hearing checked. He needs to have a cognitive test, eye examination. He needs different glasses because the questions that they asked him, to me, were not very hard. But I noticed they asked him a lot of questions related to Michael Flynn case and the Roger Stone case, and if the president somehow compelled him to remove certain U.S. attorneys prosecuting those cases for his own political benefit. They asked him questions concerning the use of federal troops to using tear gas on protesters in Washington, D.C., but then not using them on white nationalists when they came to Washington, D.C. He said the peaceful protesters who were hit by tear gas and rubber bullets were looters and rioters, not peaceful protesters, even though there's footage of them peacefully protesting, being hit with tear gas, so that the president can take a photo out with a Bible that was upside down at a church across the street. He did not get permission to take a photograph in front of. He said they were not peaceful protesters. They were rioters and looters. He says he doesn't remember tear gas. And they asked him about the man named DeMarco, I guess, who was in charge of, I think, the troops, or he seemed to can't recall. Doesn't remember certain events, certain details. I'm just like, should you even be the U.S. Attorney General? I mean, like, don't you supposed to read and use your cognitive abilities, Bloom's higher taxonomy of analyzing and evaluating events and circumstances to do your job? He did such a poor job. At least two people with, critical thinking skills, a few conservatives, a lot of people in the middle, center people, and a lot of liberals, that you don't know what you're talking about. You just really just a mouthpiece for the president, even though you're trying to say you're not. You're saying, oh, my reports are not going to affect the election. Really? Because remember what happened with that other guy from 4 years ago who made that report, and it probably did affect the election. I'm just saying, it could happen again. Just saying so. He did such a bad job. One of the other U.S. attorneys, I think his name was Rosenberg, it might not be Rosenberg, said that he said out of his own mouth, he said this, I miss Jeff Sessions. Do you know how bad you have to be at your job for them to miss some old white racist from South Carolina? Do you know how bad you have to be at your job for them to miss your predecessor that I believe Coretta Scott King said was a racist, horrible human being and should not be elected. I think they were think he was being appointed to a certain position. Dr. King's widow said that man was horrible. And this other man misses him because you're doing the shitty job. Sir, I know you just got the job, but I know you just got the job and you're doing your job. But I think you're doing it poorly. And I know you do because this man is the president, he affects your job, but do you have any principles, morals, ethics? You think white nationalists don't deserve, well, you don't think they're rioters or looters, and they're actually reinforcing white supremacy and actually discrimination, oppression of people who are not white. But the looters and the rioters were, even though the picture says they were not. There were people protesting in a park that your boss wanted removed. And two of his friends, or two people who kind of like agree with him, the prosecutors got removed. You don't think that's important at all? House Judiciary Committee, can he be impeached? Can William Barr be impeached? I need to look them rules up. Can he be impeached? I'm not used to supporting doxing, but if someone were to like put out your address and a whole bunch of protesters would go there in the middle of the night and they would stay there until you quit, I wouldn't have a problem with that. I really wouldn't. I really would not. Mm-mm. Hopefully they sing by Betsy DeVos's um, house too. Just, do y'all not like people? Do y'all hate people? Did Trump threaten you? I'm just, ugh. Either you or your boss got to go. Do you need new glasses? Are you on some particular heart medication that's making you forgetful? Like, I'm trying to understand, man. But you know what? I'm probably need to just save what I'm going to say because you are doing the bidding of your boss. You are doing the bidding of your boss. And that's what everyone needs to make sure they vote out your boss this November. And what you gonna do about what he just said about, oh, we need to delay the elections because of possible tampering votes from mail-in ballots? And I do believe by law, there's a law that you actually help enforce that says you cannot move the election. The election, general election for the presidency, is always the second Tuesday in November. So are you going to help him bypass that too? Or you don't remember that? Do you need someone to send you that? Like, I'm trying to figure out what's. Oh, I'm so tired of these people. William, 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 William. As soon as them electoral results come out and your boss gets fired from their job, you need to pack up your shit and go to. Just pack up all of your stuff on your desk and get out of Dodge. Mm-hmm. Got me out of my. Oof, Lord. This is your very favorite history teacher. Who am I? This is your very favorite history teacher. Let me see your transcripts. Y'all make sure y'all vote this November. And if you had a Republican or someone on that Judiciary Committee that wasn't asking the correct questions, then you need to make sure that you vote for their opponent this November as well. Bye, y'all.